What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is Wednesday night. It's about 9 o'clock here on March 19th, and tomorrow morning is the start of the big dance. So I'm really excited here. In just 3 hours or so, just after midnight, all of my clients, everybody on the text list, is going to get hit with a wall of plays, man. I got 2, 3, maybe 4 full text messages worth of picks that will be sent out. If you guys are interested in my numbers coming into the tournament, I'm on a 17-9 short-term run over 5 days. If you want a medium-term sample about the last month or so that I've bet on college basketball, 85-51, up almost 40 units of profit. We did very well in the conference tournaments. We're going to do even better here in the big tournament. And I did specifically say I was eyeballing those hypothetical matchups that could happen in the second round. That's where I'm expecting to drop my 3, 4, and 5 unit bigger plays. But round one, man, it's going to be exciting. I got futures, I got upsets, I got the whole deal. If you guys are interested, of course, here on the channel, I cover every game every day against the spread. So I'm going to give you all of my predictions. But out of all these games, if you really want to know the games that I'm actually going to go ahead and submit money on, just go ahead and get on my text list, danspicks.net. The link to my website is in the description of the video. Regardless if you get a week of picks, a month, even the yearly package, I just add you to the text list. That's how I deliver my plays. And everything gets sent directly to your phone. You get the plays, the odds, and how many units to put on each one. Me and my clients use about 2.5% of our entire bankroll as one standard unit. So keep that in mind. Every sport, every year, for years and years and years, deep in profit. Everything's fully documented. If you guys are new to my channel, you're more than welcome to scroll through years and years and years of videos if you want further proof. But I don't need to talk about it any more than that, man. I'm going to have an absolute blast this tournament. But let's get to why you guys clicked on today's video. All the free stuff. I know you guys are just mooching for my picks. So let's get to them. I'll hook you guys up. Been doing good this week, last week, the whole season. Hopefully I can make you guys more money today. So let me sign into Pickett Sports. I'll go ahead and refresh the sports book one more time here in the late night hours of Wednesday. And we'll just get to it, man. We'll start running through these games against the spread. Hopefully I can provide some winning picks for you guys, man. If that sounds good, definitely hit the like button as well. You know, the like button, the subscribe button, they're just buttons. They're free. There's no obligation. Just click them. It would help me out. You know, I do these videos every single day. It takes a lot of time to do these, so would appreciate that, guys. But here's Pickett. So let's go to college. Dayton is up 10. George Mason is up 13. So I'm not going to look too more into the games going on today, but just on those two, that is 2-0 on the predictions I gave you guys yesterday against the spread. I told you Dayton in what was almost a pick 'em against Florida Atlantic there. It looks like they're going to get the job done. And then I told you George Mason. I wasn't going to get cute. I was going to lay the number with them. So hopefully they'll hold on and get a cover for you guys as well. So if you took my 2 predictions against the spread on those 2 games, there's a 2-0 for you. But let's go ahead and click on March 20th. Creighton and Louisville. What a banger to start it off. This one's tough. This one's tough, man. Kalkbrenner. I hate relying on one individual, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Creighton. I like the 3-point shooting. I like the strength of schedule. I think the ACC is just kind of fraudulent overall. I like the wins that Louisville had over Clemson and even a couple of others, but I don't like the way they played in that game against Duke, where Duke was off that emotional UNC game. I thought that was a perfect flat spot for Duke. Maybe even a chance to almost unpurposely lose a game just to kind of reset your competitive spirit. You know, you don't want to go into these tournaments winning too many games in a row. And Louisville, they were just flat as a pancake. I didn't like what I saw out of them. I do like a couple of the players on the team. I just don't like enough. You're going to give me 3 points in a competitive ball game. I'm going to take them in March. So I'm going to go Creighton here. I'll take 3 points. High Point in Purdue. Nice little cute upset favorite. I think it's a little bit on the trendy side. Look, I'm well aware of the tournament history of Purdue. And if you guys are going to make the argument that that still carries over into, you know, new coaching staff, new teams, not necessarily for Purdue in this spot, but just like overall, like people that really rely on like trends and history for their, you know, their predictions and stuff. I'm just not going to buy it. It is the same coach in this particular game. It is a fair amount of the same players. We got Lawyer, we got Braden Smith, we got Kaufman Wren in this one. I'm going Purdue, man. I'm not getting cute. I don't think High Point has the offense here. And I worry a little bit about Purdue's defense. I mean, ultimately, if you're going to cover a medium-sized spread. You need some defense. So like for a team like Alabama, Kentucky, these offensive powerhouses, for those type of teams to be covering spreads, it's a little bit more difficult, but I'm going to go Purdue here. I think the history benefits Purdue. I think they're well aware that, what has gone down in the past. And, I think they're ready to just continue to come out of the gate on fire. So I like Purdue here. 7 is very, very reasonable. I can't believe it's 7. I don't think High Point's close. I get the winning streak. I get the record. How they've done this year, I'm aware of that. I watch the games. The teams aren't close, though. I'm going to go Purdue here. I'll lay the points. Scrolling down, we got Montana and Wisconsin. We got the same situation. Another trendy upset. I mean, people are actually thinking Montana has a chance here. Montana, man, give me the points. I can't believe it's 17. I think they can win the game outright. Wisconsin this, Wisconsin that. I see this being a complete blowout. The teams that Montana actually faced that were, on par in terms of power conference and the main programs in college hoops, were just complete absolute blowouts. And I expect nothing less than here. We got some Wisconsin confidence coming through as well. They kind of picked up the slack coming down the stretch, really after that Michigan State kind of meltdown in the second half of that game in East Lansing. I thought Wisconsin looked really good. So I like them here. 16.5 is cool with me. I'm going to lay the points again. SIU and Houston, I'm going to go ahead and lay the points again. I mean, look, I have so many documented years where I'm saying upset, take the points, upset, take the points, upset, just on repeat, man. Not this year. I see a lot of comfortable wins. I don't see a lot of upsets. I see a lot of hypothetical matchups in round 2 where the 1 seeds, the 2 seeds, the 3 seeds can absolutely lose outright in the second round. But the first round, I just don't see a lot this year. So I'm going to go Houston here. I'm going to lay the 28.5. I wouldn't be surprised if they're up by 20 alone in the first half. So I'll go Houston. I'll lay the big number. Alabama State and Auburn. This is one where I'm actually going to take the points. I'm going to go ahead and go Alabama State. I'm going to go plus 32.5 because of the second half. Auburn is a first half team. They just are a team that I think is going to probably be up 20, maybe 18 to 20 at halftime. And then they're just going to kind of coast, and maybe Alabama State gets a couple shots in that second half and they ultimately lose by about 25. So I'll take the points in that one. McNeese and Clemson. I'm going to go ahead and take the points here. This is one of the few where I'm actually going to go kind of against the grain in terms of predicting an upset. I do think a lot of people like Clemson this year. Unfortunately, when you're predicting upsets in March Madness, they're not the trendy ones. They're not the popular 12 over a 5 that Jay Billis told you to take on ESPN or anything like that. I like McNeese here. I think they can be competitive. Hunter out for Clemson, one other player as well. Look, Clemson still plays in the ACC. They still lost twice to Louisville. I like Clemson. I'm just not in love with them, and 8.5 is just too many. I think Clemson wins by about 4. Maybe even gets upset in this one. So I'll go McNeese State. I'll take the points. VCU, BYU. I think this is a very popular upset. And I'm going to go ahead and side with it. I'm going to go VCU here. I like the way they're playing, and BYU, despite just really going on a tear in the second half of the Big 12 schedule, I just thought it was a lot of soft, gutless, and heartless performances by their opponent. I like the way BYU shoots. There's some guys on the team that go absolutely off. They do have that one big guy in the middle who's I'm having a total mind blank on his name. He's a force. My God, he looks like he should be a UFC fighter on the heavyweight division. He's a serious force down there in terms of rebounding and defense. But ultimately, I think VCU can show up, play some defense, shut down those outside shooters. BYU will get tight. And this game isn't an elevation. It's not out in Provo. There's no unique advantages, at the Super Soaker or anything like that for BYU in a game like this. So a short line, I think that speaks volumes. I'm still going to take the points, though. Of course, I'm not greedy. I'll lay a cheap money line and take points out of the equation, and I'll also take as many points as I can get, even on a short underdog. So I'm going to go VCU. I'll take 2.5. Georgia Gonzaga, I think the wrong team's favored outright. I mean, am I just tripping here? I mean, the spread's gone up, right? So if you're going to side with the odds makers, if you think the odds makers know everything, then I'm wrong and they're right. And Gonzaga's the clear side. And history would point to you saying, well, Mark Few always makes it to the Sweet 16 and Gonzaga's underrated. I think Graham Ike, I think he sucks. I think the Georgia Bulldogs are tougher. They're used to better competition. Gonzaga does not strike me at all as a competent basketball team. Nemar, I mean, there's guys that have just been hanging around too long. I don't like the fundamentals. I think the coach is like a little soft fucking pussy. I don't like him, man. He's just kind of a joke who's relied just on rosters that were full of talent, much, much more full of talent than this roster. I'm not a fan of the Gonzaga team. I think this is an outright upset more than likely. You're going to give me 7 points with Georgia and a team that plays in the SEC schedule. I'll go ahead and go Georgia there. Wofford and Tennessee. Give me the points all day. Tennessee's a defensive team. I mean, Tennessee's not a team that's covering almost 20. I need a team like Auburn. I need a team like Alabama, like somebody that just pulverized someone and that can just put 100 and 105 points on the board. Tennessee, they're more than content just to win this game 70-55 and win by 15. So I need a team with enough offense if I'm going to be laying a big number. I'm going to go Wofford here. Maybe this is an outright upset. Maybe this is the big upset that nobody sees coming, because defense in this day and age, maybe in 06, 04, where you could punk people. I was part of West Virginia University when we had Press Virginia, and we used to just maul people and get in their grill and press the whole game. And we went pretty far, and the team was good. We were ranked, I think, 2 in the country that year with Javon Carter and company. But Give me Wofford. I think they can win the game outright. 17-1. I absolutely think it's worth the sprinkle on the money line. Wofford outright, I do think is in the cards. I just don't think they're going to be able to do enough against Tennessee's defense. I think the same problem that's going to prevent Tennessee from covering a big number will also make sure they're going to still win the game comfortably by, I don't know, probably somewhere around like 10 or 12. Arkansas and the Jayhawks. You know, my initial gut feeling on this game was Arkansas, like right off the rip, like boom, when the bracket came out, I'm thinking this fraudulent, god-awful soft Kansas team is laying points. But now I agree with it. I'm gonna go back to experience. You know, there's still people on the team. KJ Adams, the guard who I'm having, I can't even believe I'm forgetting his name right now. Harris. Obviously the coach, Dickinson. I'm gonna go experience here. Arkansas was fraudulent off year. They did just enough in the back half of their year to even get into the tournament. I don't think they have what it takes here. I know Jarnell Davis is on the team, but I'm going to go Jayhawks here. I think it's absolute bait. I can't believe the line's this big. I thought this would be, a pick 'em, maybe -1, -2, but I think it's just, it looks so unbelievably easy just to absolutely put your mortgage on Arkansas +5.5. So I'm going to go Jayhawks. Yale, Texas A&M. I'm going to take the points here. Again, Texas A&M, tough coach, decent X's and O's, pretty good fundamentals, some clutch shooters, in crunch time, in a high stakes moment where you're tied at the end of a game. That's not getting you a cover by 8 points or more. I need offensive teams to lay big numbers in March. It's just a new era. It's 2025, people. This is not gambling on the tournament like it was in the early 2000s, late 90s. I'm going to take the points with Yale. I think they can beat Texas A&M outright. Drake, Missouri. This is one where I think Drake's super popular, right? A lot of people are on Drake. Drake with the points, Drake outright. 5.5 with Missouri is a gift. I'll take Missouri. SEC talent, capable of beating good teams. I know they rely a lot on the home court. I just like Bates. I like Perkins. I like who's the white guy, the kind of douchey looking guy that just absolutely smokes 3-pointers when he's on. And he can dunk too. He's got some bounce too. He's not small. So I like a lot of people on this Missouri team. I think they're tough. I think they're battle tested, and that's a reasonable number. So I have to lay the points with Missouri if I'm going to bet on that one. Utah State, UCLA. I'm going to flip a coin here. I mean, who knows? I think this is one where we all don't know. So give me Utah State. I'll take the points. UCLA survives barely. Omaha, St. John's. Give me the points. Give me the points. I hope that late burst by St. John's is not in this equation. I actually hope St. John's is up comfortably from start to finish so you don't get that second half flurry of St. John's. St. John's has shown the ability to beat good teams in the last 5 minutes of the game by 10, 15, 20 points. I think if they're up super, super comfortably in this game, they'll start to ease off the gas pedal. Omaha slips back in, backdoor cover. They lose by about 15. UC San Diego and Michigan. Whole entire universe is on UC San Diego in this one, and I'm going to go Michigan all day long. I like the bigs. I like the schedule they played, and I like the fact that the whole world's against them. They just won the Big Ten tournament. Now I can lay 135 on the money line. Maybe this is a bait line. I'll go Michigan. And then the last game here for the first day of the tournament is UNCW and Texas Tech. And this one's tough because UNCW, if they played almost any other team but Texas Tech, I would take them on the spread, and I would take them outright for an upset. They were one of the teams coming into the tournament where I went like this. I said, just give me a decent first round, and that's one where I'm going to hammer the money line. Texas Tech's too good. This is not going to be an upset, but I do think they can hang around. I'm going to go ahead and take 15.5 points with UNCW. I think Texas Tech cruises nice and comfortably, start to finish, no sweat, just not at a huge margin. They win by 10, maybe 12 points. 15.5, that's just a little bit too much meat on the bone. So I'm going to take the points there in a game that's just not going to be terribly, terribly of urgency for Texas Tech. So there you go, guys. There's the first day, man. Of course, on Thursday night, like I said, all my predictions for the Friday games against the spread will be out. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video for doing this for you guys today. There's my numbers, man. Read them once, read them twice, read them 3 times. Scroll through my videos over years if you want. Every year, man, I prosper so big in these tournaments. Get on the client list, guys. I'll text you all the games I'm actually going to end up betting personally right to your phone. The plays, the odds, the unit size, super simple. Copy my picks. It's literally that simple. You get on the text list, I send you what I bet, just copy them, man. I make so much money, it's not even funny. 38 units in the last month, even at $100 a pop, that's almost $4,000, just to do a little simple math for you. So the choice is yours, but me and the client list, we're going to absolutely prosper. And like I said, it's Wednesday night. As soon as it's past midnight tonight, the active subscriptions will reset. I'll kick off people who don't have an active sub anymore, refresh the client list, and then I'll start absolutely bombarding people with picks. So looking forward tonight, looking forward to a fun day tomorrow. See you guys in the next video.